What is going on, y'all? In this video, I'm discussing how, as of Monday, in the state of California, all fast food employees, professionals, workers, restaurant workers, what have you, are going to start being paid $20 per hour in the state of California. And there's a lot of mixed opinions about the $20 per hour. Here's the thing. Number one, you should already know when it comes to me, I am not a fan of capitalism. I'm going to keep saying it. I see capitalism as slavery with a C. Okay. Number two, we're talking about the state of California. California is very expensive to live in. Okay. A simple let's put it like this. A simple 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment in California can run you well over $2,000 a month, okay? So $20 an hour is roughly $40,000 a year. It's not much in this day and age. Again, and keep in mind, that's in the state of California. Meanwhile, the federal government in the USA hasn't increased the federal minimum wage since July 2009. So the federal minimum wage in the USA currently is still $7.25 per hour federally. It's a hot ass mess, and it's one of the many reasons why many of us are it's one of the many reasons why our wages and salaries are still low and stagnant, because again, a lot of companies, states, what have you, they base their pay off of what the federal government has. So if the federal government is still telling people that $7.25 an hour going on 15 years later is still suitable for a minimum wage, no wonder so many of us are paid poverty wages, because a lot of companies, a lot of employers, a lot of states think, well, I'm paying you more than $7.25 an hour, yet the cost of living is so high. There was a report, and I'll post it in the description box, but there was a report that somebody living in LA County, Los Angeles County, in Los Angeles area, right, would essentially need to be making around $42, $43 per hour to be able to afford rent, okay, in Los Angeles. So $20 is a good $22, $23 short for that person. They're still not going to be able to afford rent. And then you have all these people, oh, well, if they're making $20 an hour, then the cost of food, the Burger King, the McDonald's, the Wendy's, the combo, the value meal is going to increase. It's going to go up. Oh, my God. Here's the thing. Before it was $20 an hour in the state of California, the cost of McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and wherever you're going to get your fast food had already increased. It has steadily been increasing. The cost of living has steadily been increasing. Meanwhile, our wages and salaries have remained low and stagnant. Them getting that push to $20 an hour is essentially around a 23% pay increase in the state of California. Arguably, your average person needs to be paid 30% more just to stay on track with the cost of living and take price gouging, inflation into consideration. Just imagine what you could do personally with an extra 30% added to what you're currently making, hourly or salary, right? Because I'm around $25 an hour right now in the state of Michigan. And I'm here to tell you, and I have a master's degree, I have, 2 associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, countless certifications, over 10 years of work experience, and I'm at $25 an hour. And I would love to make a 30% increase on that. Because again, $25 an hour would have been phenomenal 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and obviously 20, 30 years ago, you would have been balling. But today, that is check to check living. I'm sorry, but after taxes and deductions, you're not getting your full hourly wage. You're not getting your full salary wage. On average, you're losing between 20 and 25% of your income in salary, in your income in taxes and deductions. So that's why it just kind of comes down to, that ain't a lot of money. You're losing about $4 to $5 or more per hour. So that 25 is looking like 20, 21 on a good day. And then depending on your deductions outside of your taxes, you could be making $18, $19 an hour. And I've seen it happen. I see other people go through it because, case in point, say you have a family and you have a family healthcare plan through your job. Well, guess what? Your monthly payment for your family healthcare is going to be a lot more than a single person who's only worried about themselves, right? So, like, for example, I pay, $45 per pay period for my healthcare. Now, think about the person who has 4 people because they have a family plan. Yeah, they're paying like $180, $200 a month. $180, $200 per pay period. So, yeah, they're looking at $360 to $400 a month being deducted on top of their other deductions, on top of their other taxes. So that's why I'm saying, people don't look at that. And then again, even in my state, right, you can still find rent that's under $1,000, but of course, those are in locations that you probably don't want to live in because, they're not really safe, they're not up to code, and the list goes on and on. And the last place I rented, before I got this place, it was $1,238 a month for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, less than 800 square feet. So again, and that was 2020 to 2021. If we would have renewed it at in August of 2021, it would have went up from $1,238 to $1,379. So I already know in 2024 it is well over $1,500 a month for that same 2-bedroom, 1-bath, less than 800 square feet apartment. So again, you're going to need to make a substantial amount of money and or constantly have roommates and or hopefully have a partner or significant other that can help you prove that you earn 3 times the rent and assist you with paying the bills. Because in the times we're living in, we're not really paid enough to be single and completely independent. And that's why I'm always saying I'm very grateful and thankful to my family, to my friends, to my community. Because it's hard to be out here by yourself trying to do everything on your own and by yourself when most of us are not being paid living wages. We're just not. So I'm happy for the fast food employees getting paid $20 an hour. Honestly, they should be making more than that. Because again, when you look at the billions of dollars that these fast food corporations make every single year, and then they act like they can't pay their employees living wages. They act like they can't provide suitable health care coverage and 401k and other benefits to the people who are essentially making the money for the corporation. I mean, the corporations, the fast food companies would not be making billions and billions of dollars without their working employees. So it makes no sense that your employees that are allowing you to be profitable, they can't afford rent, they can't afford to take care of themselves and their families, but yet they can make sure that you get billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in profit. So yeah, it's ridiculous, and I'm going to continue to speak out about the problems with runaway late-stage capitalism because it's a hot-ass mess out here, and it's just going to continue to get worse. Prices are not going to really come down, and if they do come down, they're not going to be significant enough where you actually can get a break. You're still you know what I'm saying? So at this point, we need wages to reflect the cost of living. It is what it is. The federal government needs to increase the minimum wage. I mean, and we're past $15 an hour. We needed that 10 fucking years ago. You know, at the bare minimum, we needed that 5 years ago. Today, we need to be at least $25 an hour federally, in my humble opinion. Which would then boost the people in California over that $20 threshold. Because it's been 15 damn years come July. We're literally 3 months out from it being 15 years since the federal government has increased the minimum wage. And again, I'm going to do another video that basically giving you a brief history oversight on why the minimum wage was created under President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in the 1930s during the Great Depression. Okay, and what was the purpose of the minimum wage? And also I'm going to do another video discussing the purpose of Social Security as well. So yeah, you know, because again, these are things that we need to know so we can all be informed and make better decisions and advocate for our damn rights instead of sitting up allowing these political parties, the wealthy, the corporations, to divide and conquer us and have us arguing over shit that's ridiculous. Like, literally, you're sitting up here trying to tell people what they can and cannot do with their bodies, who can go to the bathroom, who can get health care. Meanwhile, everybody's living check to check. More and more people are becoming homeless. People can't afford to pay rent. People don't have health care. People can't afford to put food on the table. But yes, let's worry about somebody's sexuality and gender. Let's worry about who can get an abortion and who cannot. Meanwhile, you have actual live humans who are literally living on the streets starving. But okay, so that's what I'm talking about, in my opinion, where the political parties, the corporations, the wealthy, the 1%, they literally divide and conquer us. So we're all fussing and fighting over shit that's really irrelevant. Meanwhile, things that actually impact our lives on a day-to-day basis, we can't get assistance for. Okay, so I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe we all have our priorities out of control. Check the description box below, and if you have information, feel free to share your sources, your links, your articles, your journals, what have you, in the comment section. I'm out.